This is your boy Tone. Back to another video of the 2026 room tour. My apologies for the first part one. The video cut off near the end because I did not have the phone. I didn't check the phones. It was on full power. Ran out of energy. So what I'll do is, this is part two. This will be a little shorter video. I'll just pick up from the rack and then show you, because what had happened is I wanted to show you the rack, but I wanted to show you the ceiling. Because remember, I showed you each wall. Remember, we went by each wall. Let me show you. So this is recap. First, we went by, okay, so wait, let me go over here. This is better. So I showed you everything along this wall. Then I showed you everything along the back wall. Then I showed you everything along the wall on my left. I showed you everything on the wall to my, like when you come in, the entrance. So this is the entrance when you come in. And then I showed you some of the rack. So what I'll do is I'll start part two. Let's go down the rack again. I think I did the rack really well. I think I got all the rack, but let's do it again, just for prosperity sake. And let's see what, and then let's just go from there. All right, so on the rack, I have the Enter the Wu-Tang album, a favorite album of mine. I had a lot of albums back in the day of hip hop, especially from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. I had a lot of music, and long story short, I got upset, was angry about something, took all those records and put them on the curve, and regrettably, I've never seen them again, and that's my biggest regret, that I threw away my record collection. So sorry about that. But anyway, so down here you got How to Draw Comics, which is I got into when I was working on an art project. Here's my Silver Surfer. These are my what you call them? What do you call these? The artist editions. This is my collection of artist editions. And I do remember completing this rhyme. So this is my rack. So then on this side of the rack, this one, I think this is a 3-sided rack that I bought. And I couldn't get the old-fashioned comic. There's my Nirvana album. I always thought that cover, if you know, you know what that cover represents. And wow, he captured it perfectly. Oh boy. And then I like to buy magazines. I like to get magazines that I see on the rack that deal with comic books, The Ultimate Guide to Comics. Everything you need to know from the golden age till today. These are good to have in your collection. These are books that's good to have as a collector, and always have that extra knowledge that you want to give yourself knowledge and everything. I got this years ago in New York from a local comic shop that gave it out, and I just liked it, and I always kept it. Comics 101. And I just hold on to it. I just hold on to cool stuff that I find interesting. I'm a big fan of Alter Ego. I do shop on I don't know if you guys ever heard of a website called Tomorrow's. If you haven't, go there, tomorrows.com. Tomorrows. That's tomorrow with an S, tomorrows.com. Look at their magazine collection, man. This stuff right here, you don't find this on any magazine stores anywhere, man. This is great stuff, man. And a lot of times I buy it for the interviews, but a lot of times I buy it just for the cool covers, man. Remember that cover? Wow. They sell a lot of magazines. This is Back Issue magazine they sell. And you can order all kind of cool magazines from this site. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that, bro. That's dope. This is a list of all the giant size back issues, and the whole list is in here. So if you're a big fan of giant size and king size and all that stuff like me and annuals, that gives you a full listing. See, oh wait, matter of fact, look, there's the website right there. That's what it's called. Tomorrows.com. Go there, man. Go to that website and check out all these magazines with great interviews by some of the world's best great artists that have interviews. Your artists, artwork, they have, if you're a Jack Kirby fan, they got a lot of Jack Kirby um, magazines and books that they sell with his artwork and interviews, man. Go there. And there you go. That's that. And then down at the bottom is Marvel Universe. This is the last rack over here. This is my sort of eclectic side. Have you ever saw any of these? Have you gotten any of these? These are great to have. I thought these were dope, man. These are so dope. I got a whole collection of these. Great issue. A lot of controversy going on with these three guys. Woo, boy, these three guys, they on fire. They getting chewed out on certain levels, man. It's like they're saying that this might not be, not be the true origins of, well, I don't want to go into that, but there's a lot of controversy going on around these three dudes. Time magazine, 1970s. Superman. Here's another book you can get on tomorrow's website called Retro Fan. I love it. Marvel Superheroes TV cartoons of 1966. I thought that was an interesting issue to get. Bruce Lee. Matchbox Cars. The story of Matchbox Cars. The story of Batman. You got Jordans. Here's one I picked up I thought was fun. Sci-fi retro. And of course, we all grew up with the man, the myth, the legend, Godzilla. So yeah, this is my magazine rack. This is basically magazines and stuff like that. So let's go back over here to the comic side. Now this rack, I could not afford the original comic book rack from back in the days. A lot of people were selling way overpriced, $500, $1,000 for those racks. I was like, that's crazy. I went to this website, and I ended up getting this rack for way cheaper, and it did the job just fine. And then I had these made up at a printer shop. I went to a print shop. Let me tell you something. That Alexa over there, look at this Alexa over here. This thing right here, look at this thing. This thing, I'm talking to you guys. This thing is answering me. This thing freaks me out. Every time I'm talking and it says something and I didn't ask it to say shit. That shit creeps me out. That it really does. But anyway, back to the video. And I had this one, they did this side. I did a two-sided one. And I had a form where I got this from. But I got this rack from a Christian website that sell comic book racks, but they made it for their Pacific religious Christian comics. So yeah, that's where I got it from. But I'm sorry, I don't have the name of it. I didn't keep the name of the place. Oh man, I wish I did though. Actually, it's in one of my other videos. If you ever look at one of my other videos of me doing talking about comic book racks, I think I posted it there. So I divided this rack into 4 sections. This what I consider like the independent side. You got Mighty Mitor down there. You got Mitor, Spawn, Exo, Space 1999, early John Byrne work, man. Woo! I just loved. I remember when I found these back in the day, and I saw John Byrne's artwork for the first time, and I loved it, man. And I've been a fan of John Byrne's ever since. Got some Predator, Turok. I still love Valiant Turok. I don't think they print Turok anymore. I'm not sure. Dr. Solar was a great issue of mine. Yeah. Green Hornet, taking it back. Space Ghost. Yo, the Herculoids. Yo, this is crazy. I love this idea, man. I love these. And I got a whole bunch of I got all the videos down there of the Hanna-Barbera, the Herculoids, and all that stuff down there. Yogi Bear. So that's at the top because I didn't have another slot for them, so I just put them up there. Then this slot is the DC slot. You got Icon. Let me move my finger out the way. I'm terrible. Adam, A New Gods reprint. Commandy, one of my favorite series. Batman, Shazam, a facsimile, Action Comics facsimile, Wonder Woman, Miracle Man, OMAC, a favorite, Detective Comics facsimile. And on this side, you got the Marvel side. Hero for Hire, Fantastic Four, Hulk, Silver Surfer, X-Men facsimile, Avengers 1 facsimile, Spider-Man 1, I think it's Spider-Man's first appearance with the Fantastic Four reprint, Thor, Iron Man facsimile, Galactus Origin, Daredevil facsimile. Then this side is the funny side. Now this is the side where I was influenced into Marvel and DC. Because my mother collected stuff like this. My mother collected the funnies. DC Hot Stuff, one of my favorites, still to this day. Little Audrey. My mother collected stuff like this, Richie Rich. Cheech Wizard, for all you graffiti artists out there that might be out there, you should know about these, right? These are the bomb. Get the fact, Cheech Wizard, Mighty Mouse, big time favorite. Spooky. My mother collected all stuff. My mother collected these. It's a little on the freaky deaky side. Woody Woodpecker. Ralph Snart was a favorite I read back in the early 90s. Popeye and Archie Jughead. So these are my favorites that I like to read. I still read funnies. Never gonna stop. And that's it. So that's where we left off. Now the ceiling. This is what's on the ceiling. Spidey's on the ceiling. Yeah. So what I did was I ordered this online, this and this, big giant sticker. And then I went to Michael's and I bought this canvas and I stuck him onto the canvas with that sticker. And then I put him on the ceiling. I just enlarged him up there so it looks like he's right over. When you come in, he's right crawling at you on the ceiling. I thought that was dope. Then I found these jerseys. Again, it's about the comics and about the retro back in the day. This is a New York Knicks jersey, official joint, 1946 New York, Knickerbocker patch, the color, the fat jersey. I got this from Aeropostale, whatever that store is. They were running these. If you're into stuff like this, nostalgia. And Aeropostale, if you like Marvel t-shirts and DC character t-shirts, make Aeropostale, I hope I'm saying that right, one of your stops in your neighborhood. Go in there from time to time. They have this. I got this from Aristotle, whatever. I can stop saying it. I got this jersey from them. This is why I said you got to go there. Make this a regular stop for fly t-shirts, for Marvel DC t-shirts, to stuff like this. This might not ever be coming back again, but man, I was so glad. My wife, they got one right over here at the Loop. My wife goes, "Look, Aunt, Spider-Man." They had a Spider-Man poster in the window. I said, "What's up with that? What's the connection there?" Go inside. As soon as I saw that, I said, "Nah, I'm not leaving without that." Look at that. Look at that baby right there. And this is good quality. This is heavy duty, nice lightweight, heavy duty fabric. Colors are great. This is embroidered, all embroidery. This is all embroidery. Look at this. Look at the label right here. It's all official. This is official. Look at the back. Official, man. This is official. Check out the sleeve on this. Stitched embroidery sleeve on here. A little history of what's there, you know. This is more like this is not embroidered, I wish it was, but it's more like a patch type thing. But the front, the front is raised letter, embroidery raised letters. Is really great quality, man. Yeah, man. So don't sleep on that store. Put that store in your rounds when you're going to look for comics. You know, remember Ollie's is a stop. Put this on your route. Like I have a route. I have a route. So I go to my local comic book store, which is C.R.E.A.M Comics. You go there, you kind of hook around. A lot of those magazines I got about Superman, Batman, and all that stuff. These magazines like here, like this one here. Oh, let me show you. I got this one at Publix. I got this at Publix. I got this in Publix. Most of these magazines I got in Publix at the magazines. So if you got a Publix in your neighborhood, make a route, keep a route, make a list, make a route in your mind. And whenever you go to do your comic book store, you know what? Let me go to the nearest Publix and let me check the rack, see what's on the rack. If I got an Aeropostale store near my house, let me go there and see what they blasting on. Let me check out their T-shirt section. Let me see. They might bring these back one day. They might bring them back. You never know. So, or they'll have some other promotion that they link up with Marvel or DC. I can't wait to get some DC ones. So let me see, what else is another spot? Ollie's. If you got an Ollie's in your town, put Ollie's on your route. You can make that your route. Get up on a Wednesday, go get your comics. Stop by Publix, stop by Ollie's, stop by Apostle. Look in there. Of course, when you go to Target, walk the aisles. When you go to Walmart, walk the aisles. You never, a lot of stuff in here, a lot of stuff in here I got from comic shops, Ollie's, Publix, different stores that you wouldn't think have something. I make it my business, no matter where we go, to walk down to see if they have any kind of toys. And that includes TJ Maxx, Marshalls. I walk in, they have toy aisles. The toys are not, what am I saying? The toys are not the kind of toy quality you're going to get if you go to a comic shop that sells, high quality models. But sometimes you find some kind of like, oh, this is nice. Okay, well, again, Five Below, right? Remember Five Below? I told you about Five Below. And look what I found in Five. Remember I told you I found this in Five Below? Coco the Monkey, Kellogg's, collectible characters. This is part of my childhood. So depending on what your level at, what you're collecting, because remember, I'm collecting comics, graphic novels, action figures. I'm collecting retro toys. All the toys I have, my toys are over here. Toys, some of my old toys from back in the day. Not too far back in the day, but See, let me show you what I got down here. I got the old school basketball thing. Look, I got Perfection Jigger. I got Othello, Operation Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Got some small hand games we could play. Some other games. Got a Monopoly checkerboard. I got a little hockey type game that you fling with some rubber band. So just for the sake of I'm into that. I'm not into just the comics. I like the toys. I like the games. I like little pieces from my past, like stuff like this is crazy. People think I'm bugged when I bought this, but I remember these as a kid. These little fun packs. I used to eat these when we were kids, and I loved it. And it brought back such a feeling when I saw it. I said, "Oh, I gotta have it." So, so just do that. Keep in mind that you never know where you'll find comic books. You never know where you'll find toys. You never know where you'll find little pieces. What's the other place I told you about? Put on your route. Hallmark. If you got a Hallmark store on your route, go to Hallmark. You'll pick up some dope. You'll pick up something dope like this. You'll pick up a nice piece like this. Look at that. Ain't that fly? That's dope, man. You can pick that up at the Hallmark. Because I didn't think, the only thing that made me go to the Hallmark is, let me show you. This Godzilla I got from Hallmark. There was a Hallmark store in New York City near my job. I even left a tag on it. He had these in the window. I bought this from there. I believe I bought this from there. This one I got from someplace else. But this Godzilla here, this Godzilla I got from Hallmark. This Gamera, this little tiny Gamera, Hallmark. Oh, this piece here, Hallmark. This ship, Hallmark. And this other Gamera statue, which I'm going to start. I think I'm going to turn it around this way from now on. And I got this from Hallmark, this Gamera piece from Hallmark. All from Hallmark. So there's another store you got to add to your list of places that you got to stop into when you're making your rounds and just walking. You never know what you'll see. And this remember I showed you this Megatron type piece right here, this fly. All I did was I was going to hang it up, but then I decided to put a magnet on the back and just stuck it right there. And it's just cool right there, just chilling. And that's it. So that's the end of there you go. That's part 2 of the room tour 2026. If you saw the video and you watched it through, thank you so much. If you left a comment, a like, thank you so much. And I'm going to try to keep up with this because, like I said, my goal now is to try to take the channel to another level. Try to raise the channel up a little bit more as far as like more subscribers, more videos, more likes, whatever. And then maybe get it monetized a little bit. And kind of take it a little bit more seriously, but never too seriously. Because like I said, I'm not doing this to get famous. I'm not doing it to make money. I'm just doing it because it's now this video-ness of this is now part of this now. So not only am I collecting, but now I'm sharing my collection with other people, that like-minded people, like-hearted people that just love comic books, love toys, love games, love the 80s, love the 90s, love the 70s like me. And let's just get together and let's see what we can build together. That's you know what I'm saying? So thank you. It's your boy Tone. Click T for comics. And you know the motto. Collect them. Collect them all. Collect all of it. Getting dizzy. All right, I'll check you guys later. Peace.